what's going on? It's the Code Jockster. We're gonna make custom zombies. What does that even mean? Well, it's like I'm not really making a new zombie, but I'm changing the pre-existing Boomer, Hunter, all those guys. Changing them so much that it's like a new zombie is born, if that makes sense. So theoretically, we're making custom zombies. It's not hard. You'd think it'd be hard. It's not. It's something about it. It's really fun to try to Frankenstein hodgepodge a monster together from from the tools that you have available. Anyway, enough rambling. Let's just get right into it. Let's go. Okay, so effectively the zombie we're gonna be making is it's a little smoker guy. Okay. That's a smoker, obviously. Not a boomer at all. Here's his stink lines. And basically, we're going to make it so when he shoots the tongue out, whoever it hits, it launches them. Either... you can probably tell that I like launching. So it's either going to launch directly to them, the smoker, like that, or we can have it launch them straight up in the air and probably kill them, or we can have it launch them away. I don't know why. Or we can have it launch them up and over. I don't really know why we'd have them do that either. But we could also randomize that value as well. Use some RNG. Simple as that. Well, we can modify the values too. We can say, well, how will you be able to tell that this smoker looks the same as any other smoker? Well, we could do something. We could put a bucket on his head or something, We can make him look cute. We could give him a cone head. I actually have a cone head zombie. But that's the gist of this first custom zombie. The only prerequisite is the very first video on my channel, and that video just shows you how to do kind of get your feet wet and where to put the folders to set everything up. So if you haven't watched that already, if you're not familiar with all this, just go do that really quick. Then come back. If you have, I'm gonna assume you have. Let's just code, okay? We're making custom zombies, okay? And what you gotta do is you gotta make a nut file. Okay, you go new. No, you can't go new. So you have to copy a file you've already made, the test file. So you copy a nut file, test file. You paste it. You call it something stupid. God damn, you gotta rename it. My custom Zeds. You open my custom Zeds. You can use Notepad. That's fine, but it sucks. So just know that it sucks. So I'm gonna use Notepad++ like I always do. Yeah. Anyway, what I like to do while I'm coding is in VScript library, I like to open this file, and this file. This file's important too. We can just open that as well. And what you can do is you just have them open because they have tons of cool resources and unique functions. Like in Easy Logic, all the logic you'll ever need, when a zombie does something, when you shoot, when you jump, when a smoker jumps, when a hunter does something, when a boomer explodes, and you know what I mean? All those are in here. Anyway, bada bing, bada boom. We're going to go back into, if this is not your first rodeo, you'll know you need to make a mode as well. So every mutation you make, you got a script file and you got a mode file, okay? You're going to open your mode file. They have to have the exact same name. Remember that. So you just make a text document. I usually just copy the same one because why wouldn't I? Was it custom or custom? No, it's custom. My custom Zeds. Same exact name. Edit it. I usually make the mode file blue and my current file green. My script file green. Purple works too. Anyway, you got to change the name right here. My custom Zeds. None of this matters. Okay? This just has to be the right name. Which it is. Okay, here we go. Deep breath. Here we go. Coding is all smoke and mirrors. You should know that by now. We're going to change a zombie when it spawns. Now, if you love the fine language known as squirrel as much as I do, you'll know this function. function notifications on spawn. The very first function we used, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to use an on spawn function. We're going to call it custom zombies. And you'll know also that it takes a player and a parameter. Okay? That's our first function. And what we're going to do is we're going to check whenever a zombie spawns. Okay? So we're going to try to intercept the zombies right as they're spawning. And that's when we're going to change them. Okay? So we're going to say if the player is not equal to null, if the player dot get team is on the infected team. Remember, if you were checking survivors, it would look like this. Survivors. Oh, how loud is that? Is that loud? Well, hopefully that background noise is not too loud. On spawn, if it's you, if you're a zombie. Here we go. If you are a zombie, and you are, check, if player.getPlayerType is, you can check, I think it's Z underscore tank, Z underscore smoker, Z underscore boomer, all that, right? If you're a smoky, then we're going to change you into a new smoker. Now, what you can do, if you have a bunch of smokers, is you can, say you want to randomize between 1 or 2 or 3 different smokers you want to spawn, right? Say, okay, smoker spawns. We're going to make it the super fast smoker, or we're going to make it the big smoker. What you can do is just do local, I write rum, but it's like, random number. So you can just do like number equals utilities dot get random number. 1, 2. And that'll like pick between 1 or 2. If you have 5 smokers, you can do 1 and 5. All right. And then we can say like, if our number equals 1, spawn this smoker. If it equals 2, you know what I mean? We don't really care because we only have 1 zombie right now. So we're just going to set this to 1 and 1, which means it'll just pick 1 every time. But remember, if you add more zombies, you can increase this number. So we'll say if the number equals 1. This is our first smoker. Here we go. Here are some stats I like to do. Okay. First thing we're going to want to do, remember double slash is a comment, is we're going to modify the health / set the ID of the zombie. I'll explain that in a second. Then we're going to set the speed. Then we're going to set the color if we want. Then we're going to store its position. Then we're going to make it look cool. We'll call it special effects. Done deal? All right. Whoa, 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 whoa. Turn on my custom language, thank you. Yeah, you can make custom languages. And it's not a custom language, it's just custom language colors. So, yes, all my comments are purple. Thank you for asking. Here we go. Player. So for the modify health. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to set the max health of our new zombie. Because if they were all the same health, that's not special. We're going to set the player max health, and then we're going to set the raw health, which changes its actual health value. Something I had to tell you, though. This is important. I am not that good at coding, if you haven't figured out. The only way I actually figured out how to get the game to communicate to the zombies, to know, oh, this is a smoker that has a special ability, was by setting custom health values and then checking, oh, this smoker has a max health of 1,000, therefore it must be the custom zombie. For example, it's a boomer. That's a normal boomer, okay? That's what they normally look like. Boomer has 50 health. Okay? Well, what we're doing is we're going to make another zombie. We're going to give it 500 health. Okay? And he's a little meaner. Right? And he, like, maybe he has tentacle arms. It doesn't matter, okay? The idea is the game is going to go, Say our code says whenever Boomer throws up, it insta-kills the survivor, okay? For example, Boomer throws up on someone. How does the game know it's the right Boomer? Well, it's going to check. Is your max health equal 50 or 500? We want to know if the max health of this Boomer that just threw up is equal to 500. Why? That's right, Billy. Because if it's 500, that means we know we're talking to the special Boomer that we made. So basically, setting our max health is another way of actually giving an ID, like an identification number, to that zombie. Make sense? I knew it would. All right, I hope you found that educational. Okay, so here's what we need to do. We're going to make a global variable. Round vars, which is a round variable. It changes every round, but well, it doesn't change every round. It resets every round. We're going to make the choker. I know, very creative. Choker health. And then we do a little arrow. We're going to give it 100 health. Normally, Smoker has 250 health. We're going to make him have less health. Okay? That's how we balance him. We make him legendary. We make him have 100. We make him have less health. That's how we balance. So we're going to set the max health to our roundvar.choker health. And that way we don't have to change it down here. It's just a fancy little... just saves time. And that way we can store all our healths in one place, right? Like I could just put a list right here. So, this is our ID for the zombie, and it's his health. So he spawns with 100 health. Set speed. Okay. Next thing you can do to nerf the zombies or kind of buff them is you can do player.setFriction. Oh my god, am I recording? Oh, thank god. You can do player.setFriction. Set friction will slow zombies. For example, 1.0 is normal speed, I believe. I'm pretty sure. 2.0 is like twice as slow. It's hard to know exactly how much slower. You'd have to do a lot of testing. I don't really feel like doing that. All friction does is just makes like friction act on them more heavily. So it'll make them slower. Okay? So we're going to do double. So it's twice as slow, essentially. I don't know if that's accurate, but it's slower, okay? Jeepers. Anyway, I don't know why I'm so aggressive today. Then you can set the color. Player input color. Make sure the capitals are here, okay? It's important, or it'll give you a million errors. So while I'm not saying capital G, capital R, capital N, but just you know, double check your code, you know? Sorry. Input color. So if you wanted to make the smoker custom color, you can. You can do like it uses the 255 thing. This would do nothing, I think. Oh no, this would make it black, I'm pretty sure. This is white, I believe. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, white is the absence of color. Yeah, okay. So, I'm gonna do no color change. I'm actually just gonna comment this out. For my zombie, I don't want him changing colors. I'll explain why. Because instead, we're gonna make him look cool in a different way. Okay? So, under position, this is important. You do need to keep track of the position if you want to add custom props to the zombie. So, we're gonna do local position equals player.getLocation. So it gets his location, right? If you want to add, so for example, if you want to add a little bit to that, you can say plus vector, and then like 6, this is the z-axis, I believe, the y-axis. So it'll like move up and down. So like say you wanted to add something to his like head with an offset, you can like add to it. It doesn't really matter right now. That's just so you know how to do it. Then we're going to make another one, local angle. This is going to store his angle. Player.getAngles, like that. If you want to add to the angle, you do plus Q angle 0, 0, and like 180 would like rotate it, right? Makes sense. Yeah. All right. To make your custom prop show up on the zombie, we're going to store some key values, okay? So you do local keys. You also put a semicolon here, which is kind of weird, but you do. We're going to have a model. You can look up models in the authoring tools, or you can just look them up. We want this model. Models / props _ adjunct. Also, be careful when you copy the model name. The slashes are like this way. You have to switch them to this way. Don't ask why. It's stupid. Okay, bucket 1.mdl. So you can copy MDL files and just put them in here as the model from, Left 4 Dead. Any like Left 4 Dead, and there's a whole list. I can put the link in the description. A list of all the MDL files, or most of the MDL files of objects. You can experiment with them. It's fun. Put that link in the description. All right, anyway. Now you need to set if it's solid or not. So we want 0 solidness. All this stuff you can see on Prop Dynamic on Valve's homepage. Let me just go get that for you. So right here, all we're doing is spawning one of these. Maybe we can make it glow. I haven't tried to do that, but maybe you could. You can give it health. You can give it other settings. I don't know. We're doing... Oh, these are all key values. So we're changing this one right now. Solid. Okay? We can do 0 for not solid, 2 uses a bounding box, and 6 has physics. So we're going to do 0. Because we don't want it colliding with it, getting stuck on him, right? But there's a lot of fun things you can do. I implore you to mess around, Anyway, so solid 0, right? What am I doing? Alrighty. Save that. Control S. Alright, now we've got to attach it. So here's how you do that. So you make a local variable, prop, utilities equals utilities.create entity. Remember, you can create pretty much any entity in this game. We're making a prop dynamic. We're going to make it an override just in case you pick something that's not actually prop dynamic. Prop dynamic override. And then position, you're going to store a position and an angle. We already made those right here. Boop, beep. So it knows where to go. Then, comma, and then it's got to know what keys to use. The key values. Right there. Okay. Anyway, player.attach other. You're going to attach the prop. I believe... Trying to remember what these do. That's what this comes in handy for. Let's see. Attach. Is that in here? It is. Teleport other. We're not going to teleport this object to our player because we're already making it at our player's location. Do you know what I mean? So we're already sort of doing that. If that makes sense. I don't know. Dude, coding is hard, okay? Anyway. Then we're going to say player.set attachment point. Now this is crucial. You got to say what prop, what are you attaching? Well, we're attaching the prop. Remember this and this are just the name of this. We're attaching a prop. Here's where it gets a little tricky. This is where you're attaching it. What bone you're attaching it to. Now, Left 4 Dead drives me crazy. And if anyone eventually figures this out, I'd love for you to message me and let me know. But I have only been able to figure out a handful of bone names. Thank God I know now that the head bone is actually called forward. Modelers probably know the names of these bones. I, unfortunately, do not because I'm not a modeler. And I want to be, but I'm not. I found out that right hand exists, left hand exists. The survivors have weird ones like Medkit and Muzzle Flash and all these weird ones. I'll tell you right now, the only one I really use is forward and right hand and left hand. Maybe right leg is a thing you can do too. But all I'm saying is this is something you might want to do on your own time and research because I personally still haven't figured it out. And forward, we're going to attach to his head. So there's a variable here called true. You can set to true or false. The variable is should be maintain offset. If should be maintain offset is true, then the initial distance from the object is maintained. Their angles and usually point in the direction of the parent. Interesting. So we're going to have this on true because we do want the Also to be maintained, whatever, who cares? Then the last thing you put is, I believe there's another thing you put. Maybe this is the amount of offset or something, but I put it, there's a 0. It's like imaginary. I don't know. It doesn't say to put one there, but I've been doing this for a while, and I think you need it, so just do it. I don't know. I'm the worst programmer. Just do it because I try really hard to explain what I'm doing, but I know sometimes it just isn't like, dude. Okay, enough yapping. Jesus, that took like fucking 10 minutes just to do the simplest thing. Spawn a smoker. It's our special smoker. Give it a custom health. Give it a custom speed. You can change its color. Give it a funny hat. Make sense? Yabba dabba do. We're going to test it out. Here we go. Map. Space. Type the name of the map. Space. And then you type the name of the game mode. My custom Zeds. Isn't that what we called it? You can do it that way, or you can load it up through mutations. I like doing it this way because we want to use cheats. Alright, so you'll know it's working when you hit tilde and there's no errors. You'll know the errors look red and they usually say like something about your script, right? Boom. He's got less health, so it's easier to kill. Don't worry about the bucket floating in the air. That's not important. If you notice, though, our bucket is flipped upside down. And it'd be nice if it was, like, on his head properly. See? See how it's, like... So we can fix that. But so far we got our smoker spawning with his helmet thing. So that's great. So let's keep going. Almost there. Okay. We have our smoker. He looks the part, but he doesn't do the thing. He's not custom yet. He just looks custom. He's a poser. So let's make his custom power. So, okay, here's how we're going to make a custom ability. Okay, ready? So, for the custom ability, there's a lot of different things you could do. If you go into Easy Logic, you can look at all these different smoker events. We want on smoker tongue grab. I'll just tell you right now. That's what we want. So we find it. On smoker tongue grab. We use an entity, a victim, and parameter. The entity is the smoker, by the way. Okay. Custom smoker ability. Functions. Notifications. And you auto completes. That's why I love Notepad++. On smoker tongue grab. We're going to call it the smoky launch. We got our smoker. Remember, you can name these whatever you want. This is technically entity, but I'm going to just call it smoker. Victim and parameters. I need cool music for this. Save. Okay. If the smoker exists, remember, you pretty much always should use that. I've gotten some catastrophic errors for just assuming something exists. When I first started coding, I never used to put this, and I was always wondering why my code it was always crashing. I was like, why is it crashing? Okay, we're gonna say if the smoker is still alive, because we really don't care if it died. Well, we're not. Who are we talking to if it died? You know what I mean? So we're gonna say if it exists, if it's still alive. This is the interesting part. So we care only about our custom smoker. Remember how to do that? We made the health, the custom health bar. So we want to say if this smoker who's launched his tongue, remember this so far just says whenever a smoker launches their tongue. But we care about our smoker. So we're going to say if this smoker that launched its tongue has a max health, get max health, equal to our custom smoker's choker health. Does that make sense? Then we found the right one, right? That's him. He's the guy. Do you get what I'm saying? So, on smoker tongue grab, whoosh, it launches the tongue. Any smoker just does that. But if it's our smoker, boom, something special happens. Again, you can do it any way you want. I'm going to show you the way that I like. I spent all the time yesterday trying to make it cool, and I'm going to show you the way I did it. But you can do whatever you want. Anyway, You're going to store two things. You're going to store a local angle, which is the smoker, a look angle. That's the smoker.get his eye angles. What that means is it basically gets where he's looking. Then you're going to make a vector converted. You're going to make a local variable. And the local variable is going to convert his eye angle into a vector. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but it's actually not that crazy. All it really is doing is utilities. We're going to call this function called vector from Q angle. And remember, Q angle is literally just 3 coordinates, x, y, and z. And we're going to get our look. We're going to put the look angle in there. And what that's going to do is we're literally going to say get the look angle, put it in here, turn it into a vector. Remember, a director is just like a director. A vector is just direction and magnitude, I think. Like Vector from that movie. Our teacher showed us that clip in school when we were learning about vectors. Anyway, it's a vector based on the direction of that the smoker is looking. If you wanted it to be based on the direction the player is looking, you could put the player in here, the victim. But we're not going to do that. We're going to put the smoker. Then we need a force, okay? I'm going to call this a way force. 1,000 units. You'll have to experiment with how powerful that is. I like 1,000. Now, this is important. Turn your little ears on. To get an object to have a vector affect them in Left 4 Dead for whatever reason, they need to be airborne. I don't know why. You can't really have a force act on any of these characters without having them in the air or off the ground somehow. I don't know why. Again, I'm not smart, but that's from my experience. That's what's happened. So what we're actually going to do is before we launch this dude, we're going to teleport him slightly up. We're going to say local, get our victim position, right? And we've already done this. Victim.get position. We're going to get our victim position. Okay? And we're going to add an offset of 0, 0, 64. So we're going to say get our position, but get a little higher than our position. So 64 units above that, right? Then we're just going to tell our victim to teleport to our new position, which is, again, slightly higher than our old position. Than their old position, right? Because we're talking about the victim. Okay. Anyway, down here, we are going to... What am I trying to say? This is going to be a 30-minute video. Jesus. Okay. Here, we're just going to do this. We're going to say victim dot... Spell that right? Yeah, victim dot push. And all that's going to do is it's going to push our victim along a vector. Well, what vector are we going to use? Well, we're going to use our victim, our converted vector right here. Okay. But at what speed? Right? At how much force is it going to use? Well, it has the direction, but it needs a magnitude. Well, our magnitude is our wave force. But look, if we put a wave force here, this means multiplication, by the way. Sorry. Don't use this. It's this. Anyway, if you put a wave force, what's going to happen is it's going to launch where he's looking away 1,000 units. So what will happen is the tongue will hit you and you'll be launched away from the smoker. Now, if you want him to come pull you towards the smoker, you just multiply this by a negative number. So negative a wave force. Make sense? I thought so. Then save. Last thing we're going to do is just a little sexy little thing to make it sound sexy. So we're going to use utilities. Play sound to everyone. Now, you could do play sound to a specific character. I think that's just play sound. Or, yeah, you do victim play sound. But, we're going to just do it to everyone. And you can look up all the sounds in authoring tools. You can mess around. It's ambient generic if you're curious. We're going to use this sound. Defibrillator use. Let's test it out, shall we? I think we shall. Hopefully there's no errors. Ah, we got one. Okay. Alright, so remember. It's okay. Happens to everyone. Don't panic. Just look. Shut up, Lewis! Okay. Line 52, column 24. It's expecting a parenthesis or something. Line 52. Oh. One little letter. I wrote functions instead of function. Save that. Run it back. I have a button bound to just kill so I can respawn.
And they left us to die. You think they'll ever let us back in?
Ah! Hey guys, it's working. Let's make some more. Oh, that looks so good. Boink. It's going back here. Oh! I got you, Lewis. It like pulls them like a rope. All right, you get the idea. So if you wanted it to look even better, we're basically done. By the way, congratulations. Sorry, I don't know why I'm in a mood. But if you want to change the angles, you can. So like, if you want it to go away from you, you can do negative. You can do positive number here. But if you also want them to go up, if you want the survivors to go up, you can add this line. So this is a way force, right? But say we wanted a upward force. Let's do local up force. We'll set the up force to 500, okay? Then we're going to push victim.push, and we'll make a new vector. We'll just call it vector, and we'll do 0, 0. So basically X, Z or something, and then like on the Y-axis, we're going to put the up force in here. So what it's going to do is it's going to push across that vector. Double close. Yeah, maybe we should have enough parentheses here. So what this is going to do is this is going to launch our survivor upwards by 500. Make sense? Kind of? Oh, and you can add cool effects too. There's a link I'll put in the description, but there's a really cool effect. I'm going to add it right here. So you can do local. We'll just call this effects. Smoker dot, because we're going to attach it to the smoker. Attach particle. And then it's called flame underscore blue. You put the name here. And then you have its duration. It lasts, however long you want it to last, you put here. So you can do 1,000. I can do 1. I want it for 1 second. And then you just have to tell where you want it to put it. So we're going to set the attachment point just like we did before. And we're going to say effects. We're going to attach it at the head. So forward. And we're going to set that to true. And we're going to set it to 0. So we're going to send out like a cool blue flame whenever he, shoots the tongue out. Also, totally forgot. Sorry. Oh, let me just do this little thing. Totally forgot to fix his helmet. I said I was going to, then I never did. So I realized that the angle here, you can either change it here or here. I think here is easier. We can just add to the metal bucket angle. What we're going to do is we're just going to add a Q angle, and we're going to say 0, 0, 180. And we're just going to flip the bucket 180 degrees, right? So angle plus all in there, like that. Okay? And that'll just flip the bucket around the right way. There we go. Save, and then, yeah. Let's give it a test. The final test. I hope you're having fun. If you're not having fun, don't do it. If you're not having fun, give up. That's a good life lesson, right? Spawn a smoker. Oh, they got him quick. Spawn another one. Boom. Oh! I knew that would happen too. I don't know why I was surprised.
Man, I wish I could have seen that.
Jesus, look how far Lewis went. Don't hurt her. Don't hurt my queen! I wonder if you can kill it while in midair. Let me try.
Smoker!
Dude! Oh! Alright. Well, I hope you found this educational. And I hope you found it fun. There's a million things you can do in Left 4 Dead modding, right? You can do anything. Making custom zombies is super fun, and I hope you have fun doing it. Please, please, please do not hesitate to write comments. I read pretty much all of them. I have no friends. No, I'm kidding. But no, I love reading comments, and I love helping if ever I can. And we even have a Discord where you can go and you can be like, guys, help me. I'm trying to do this thing. And you can be like, people be like, yo, that's so cool. Let me help you. We got some great people in there. They're really helpful. But yeah, I hope this is we can get some really cool zombies and mods showing up. I'm really excited to play your stuff. And if you have really cool things you made, and maybe we'll play it on stream. Oh yeah, we stream too, weekends, and we make zombies on the weekends too. So if you want to learn more stuff there, you can do that, or you can watch some of my old live streams. There's probably 3, maybe 4 or 5 live streams where we make custom zombies. So if you're really into this, you can go watch those, and then it'll give you more ideas or see more code. Stay awesome. And I will catch you in the next one.